think you've taken me to the conclusion of this discussion just as we were beginning.
Right.
But that speaks to the youth revolt and the conversation about a new dispensation of leadership and new metrics for judging leadership that we've discussed on social media and on ground for a while now. Our organic civic spaces and the push for voter registration and the narrative we are pushing today, we've set the agenda and the exam for anyone who wants to lead Kenya. I don't think we are the first generation that has come up with a new, marking scheme for leadership, but we are doing quite well with that conversation. Today we are saying development is good, but we would rather have moderate development and vote in a leader who cares about social justice. We would rather have moderate development, but have a leader who places the rule of law and the constitution before anything else. We would rather have a president or a governor or an MCA or a senator who respects the right to life, the right to association, the freedom to protest, and the freedom to criticize government and generally have a different or a dissenting opinion from the prevailing opinion in government. And you remember when the conversation about the candidate of Matiang'i came, the candidate of Natembeya, the candidate of Kalonzo, and to now the candidate of Sifuna, the underlying conviction, persuasion, and conversation has been on what really qualifies a leader. Before we got to Sifuna, I think we had been presidential hunting. I'm a president hunting, if you may. We had not settled on Matiang'i, we had not settled on Natembeya, we had not settled on Kalonzo or Gachagua. But there seems to be a consensus now about Sifuna, because most of the qualities we articulated back then that we thought were befitting for president have been found in Sifuna. We said we want a president who under-promises and over-delivers. We said we want a president who is in touch with the realities on the ground. We said we want a president who understands the youth problem. We said we want a president who at least has walked this path before and feels the pinch of the shoe. And we appear to have found that voice in Sifuna and in Linda Mwananchi. Probably, I think they've said they would have a collaboration between them or a coalition between them and the united opposition, and they will front one candidate in the end as the presidential flag bearer. We pray and wish that candidate is Sifuna. Perhaps, maybe with their wisdom, they would think maybe Gachagua or Kalonzo is better placed. But I warn them, if they pick Gachagua for us, the young people are not going to vote in 2027. Because we don't see Gachagua as any different from William Ruto. If you ask me as James Mulamba, I will tell you that Gachagua and William Ruto are cut from the same cloth. He may be instrumental in delivering or ushering in a new dispensation and a new regime, given that he is a good mobilizer, and that he has numbers, the ones he professes. But as a president, I think he's not a presidential material.
And for Sifuna, beyond being active in the revolt against the regime, in your opinion, has he pronounced himself on how he would resolve, for example, the economic crisis we are in today, which seems to be the crux of the matter?
Listening to Sifuna the other day, I think I was quite disappointed. Some people have found reason to admire his presentation at the Explainer, but I haven't. The performance was dismal.